Hey guys, welcome to the new workout, and we're going to be squatting for the first time on this program. I've started off with some warm up, a little bit of foam rolling, a little bit of ankle mobility, and I'm now getting ready for my squats. Um, I am basically starting with the bar here, and I suggest every single person to do this. Even if you can deadlift 300 kgs, come fight me. I don't care how big you are. Just start with the bar. This is all about longevity and staying as healthy as possible, proper progression, and all of those good things. So just start with the bar and then add a few kgs. I've done about 2 or 3 warm-up sets to get to my working set, and it might feel a little weird with the bar, but just go through the movement and understand your stance and everything, because even though I've been squatting for about 7-8 years now, and I still make adjustments in my warm-up sets to be able to understand the movement again and recognize the pattern, and then move up to my working sets. This is my second warm-up set with 90 kgs, and I felt like absolute shit, to be honest, in this squat session, at least in the first 2 sets, because mentally I was anyway fucked, because I had to do 7 sets of 5 reps with 100 kgs, and I have been squatting up to 130, and I was confident enough to even do 1 rep with 140, but doing so much volume has never been something I'm comfortable with, and this program has been kicking my ass, to be honest. Just by looking at what I'm supposed to do and dealing with this much volume, it's just been like mentally exhausting just going into the session. And you'll see me in the last set. I even tell myself, what have I gotten myself into? But these thoughts will always come to you, but just go for it and trust the process, and that's exactly what I've done. Felt shit in this set as well. I felt like my hips and my knees were not synchronized, and that is something that is very, very important in a squat. If you can see, I like pointing my toes slightly out, because I'm still working on my ankle mobility. But if you have limited ankle mobility, it's okay to spread your toes out a little bit, and make sure that your knees are tracking over your toes. That's the most important thing. If it goes past your toes, that's a very good thing actually. So don't believe that myth. But the most important thing I am keeping in mind here is, of course, to push my knees out, but try to screw my feet into the ground, which increases the torque. It's very, very important to understand these things, because if your glutes are turning off, your knees will come in, which is not a good thing. That is something that I have been working on, and synchronizing my hips and my knees have been a very, very important thing, because my limbs are so damn long, and it's so irritating. It's just, of course, I'm 6 feet 3 inches tall. It looks good, but it is very, very difficult to maintain a good squat. My hips tend to come up first, and that's called a stripper's squat. Not a very good thing to even look at, and neither is it good for your back. So I've been really working on that, and I feel like I have improved, as you're going to see in my last set. This is me telling myself that I'm not going to do the last set. I'm just fucking wasting time here, man. Like, it's gotten to my head, and I'm like, this is my 7th set, and this is something I really would not do myself, and I'm so grateful to be able to hop onto this program, and it's teaching me so many things just in the second session. And I'm going to try and tell you guys exactly what's going on in my head while these sessions are happening. It's so important, and this, just me reviewing my sets again, being able to do this voiceover, is something that I really wanted to do, and it's definitely helping me as well, and I really hope this helps you too. um, I am super grateful to be able to have this belt as well, because it's really saved my ass. um, and yeah, this is my last set. It's just about keeping these cues in mind. Even if you're doing the first set or the last set, if you're mentally exhausted, it's very important to just keep the basics in mind. We often forget the most basic things, and that is why we ruin our form and technique. So just try to replicate every single rep the same way. And I was kind of proud of myself because of the way I performed the fourth and fifth set, even this one, the last set. It looks good, to be very honest. I'm hitting my depth, I am pushing my knees out, I am synchronized with my hips and my knees together. If you can see, I'm initiating with my knees and my hips together, and locking it out together as well. And that is something that is very, very good, and my bar path looks pretty decent as well. I'm going slightly forward, which is not the best thing, but man, I'm just so proud that I just finished 5 sets of 7 reps with this weight, and I'm not really looking forward to the next squat session. But yeah, squats in the bag, and let's go. The second exercise, I don't know why I took my belt off. Like I just realized it after I finished my set that it was not the best decision, because I'm just not used to this kind of volume. Yeah, like I just felt my back really heavy after this set. But yeah, this is a stiff leg deadlift, and trying to keep soft knees, just push my hips out as far back as possible while keeping my shoulders pinned back, and trying to keep the bar as close to my body as possible. These are some cues that are very very basic when it comes to the stiff leg deadlift. I'm trying to kind of push the ground away from me while thinking of pulling the weight as well, so it's basically a pushing and an equally pulling focused movement. Your head can be neutral, and you kind of can look forward as well. It just gives me more confidence to look into the mirror while doing this to see my range of motion. I might do a deficit next time, but yeah, this felt decent, and a decent amount of weight as well. The next exercise is a reverse lunge, an alternate reverse lunge. So doing my right leg and then my left, and then repeating that. I am slightly leaning forward so that I can focus on my glutes as well. The reverse lunge really targets the glutes like nothing else. If you can have that kind of mind-muscle connection, I'm just thinking of pushing through my front leg, keeping my full foot on the ground, and maintaining balance while doing that as well. I'm pretty exhausted at this point because of the kind of volume I've hit with the first two exercises, and now we move on to the all-important standing calf raises. And I'm just holding an 18 kg kettlebell to increase the difficulty of the exercise, and it's a single leg, so it's pretty challenging, to be very honest. And trying to feel the stretch as I drop my heel down and try to go up and feel the contraction as much as possible. So try to keep the weight on the leg that you're actually performing the exercise with, so that the weight is evenly distributed. You can hold the weight in both hands as well, but that will just hamper your balance. So just make sure you can sort that out. And now we move on to a slightly different exercise, which I'm not sure you guys might have tried. If you haven't, please do. It's a Copenhagen side plank. Very important for your adductors, and it is an extremely challenging exercise. Looks kind of weird, but very effective, and something you guys need to try if you haven't. This really targets the inner thighs, and it is something that is super important to improve on, because we kind of neglect it. Sometimes we don't have the machine that we actually need to use this for, and this is something you can do pretty much anywhere. We finished this low body workout with a core exercise, and today's choice of the core exercise is an ab roller. This is a super effective tool to have. You can do a lot of body weight exercises as well, but I was just not ready to put my mind into anything, and this is what I saw in front of me, and I just chose, and I wanted to just finish it off as soon as possible. We did 3 sets of this, and tried to go through the full range of motion and try to keep it as continuous as possible. And yeah, if you guys like this workout, if you found any kind of value in this, please make sure to like, share, comment, do all the good things, and I'm going to see you guys tomorrow in the next video. Peace.